more so vicious at that time.
We shall not repeat those statements yet.
Yes.
I ask you kindly, don't, let's not use this platform to...
But I was just trying to create the context. It is not necessarily targeting any specific...
Let's allow the lady to speak.
Let's just agree that a second term is not automatic. It's based on performance. If you perform well, then you get a second term. If you don't perform well, then you don't get a second term. So do not try to imply that 2 terms are automatic. They are not. In that case, the law would have said you serve 10 years, but it's 5 years, and then you go back for people to evaluate your performance, and they give you another mandate. Please, let us get that clear. That is not automatic, and it must not be that since everybody has served 2 terms, then every other person that comes must serve 2 terms. That is not the case, and it will not be the case.
My concern is that it's only 15 months to the next election.
Yes.
And this kind of conversations that we're having, the frequency.
Yes. So it's a narrative. It's a narrative that is being intentionally driven. It has been decided in a boardroom that get out there and profile. 41 versus 1.
And my question was, does President William Ruto need that at this point?
He does. He does, because he can see there is no second term coming. So he has to look for ways to create confusion and chaos.
I asked you that question, you never answered.
Yeah.
That's not correct.
So, no.
Allow her, then I'll come back to you.
So because he can see there is no second term forthcoming, that's why you're hearing them talking about how they will, vote rigging, Ruto allies hype vote rigging plot. And they say it blatantly.
We'll come back to that.
Tutajaza, kama itaja, tutajaza kwa lazima.
And we'll come back to that discussion.
41 ati hii kabila moja ndio imeharibu. So these kind of narratives are just being driven.
The president does not appear like he needs this kind of conversation.
The president, of course, is a unifying figure, and the president has to get very comfortable under even very difficult circumstances. The president also has to be patient and does not have to expose some of the weaknesses and the challenges that he's facing. Even when being fought so viciously by certain people for no reason at all. If you look at the scale of performance under the circumstances, because the economic situation of the entire world since COVID has been very difficult, but he has been able to maneuver to organize the country in a progressive manner.
He's not the only president who's been criticized.
But unfortunately,
at what cost?
But unfortunately, there are those ones who are making certain narratives that do not make sense at all. The president himself has been all uniting, has been all over the country. So you cannot interpret that and say that he has been against any community. It's just certain people, a few people, not even a community, who are creating a narrative that a certain community is supposed to be against the president. In any case, if you go to Mount Kenya, if you look at the kind of projects and the number of times the president has gone to Mount Kenya, is so many times compared to many other places.
Right.
So there is no issue of favoring one community or another community against another.
And as Mbote talks, I want to look for a tweet from 2 members of the UDA party who come from the Mount Kenya region and just read their reaction to it. Because my question, I don't feel like you've answered it. My question